This is Silver Stories. So, can you first start off by introducing yourself?
What?
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah,
What is your name?
Theresa.
That's very pretty.
Call it Theresa.
Oh, pretty. Very pretty. When was your birthday?
My birthday? June the 29th.
Very nice. Where did you grow up?
In Yugoslavia,
Okay.
I was born.
What was your hometown like? What was it like growing up?
What? My life?
Yeah, like when you were
I was
growing up.
growing up.
Yes.
What can I say? I was by my parents as long till I got married. And then we bought our own house. I had 3 children. We
How-
lived poor.
Okay.
It was a change of life for us younger ones with what my parents went through. They went through a lot. They worked hard and came to nothing. Because the Serbian, they stole everything. It was a hard life, but they had to live there with their children. As it was with me.
Yeah. What was your hometown like? What was it like growing up, like in your hometown?
My hometown in Yugoslavia, where I grew up, was India.
Okay.
There was a town, 34,000.
Wow.
Almost all German people.
When you were growing up and got older, did you have like an education? What was your education like?
They went to school. In kindergarten first. I got a book. I could show you. Boy, I'm in the kindergarten. I just can say my parents worked hard and got their kids growing up. Not for education, so they grow up.
Yes.
Take care for themselves and help.
Did you have a job when you were younger? Did you have a job?
I, yes.
What did you do?
I was working but the people came to take a bath. It was in winter. It was great.
Okay.
I made good money and I get a good pension.
Very nice. When did you move to the United States? When did you come here?
Here,
In the United States.
I was married, had 3 children. And then there was a time back home that you could come to nothing. just work. And my husband and I, he had an uncle here. We decided we go. So they made the papers that we can come.
Okay.
We had our passport ready. Okay. I'll tell you something. My mom cried. She didn't want me to lose literature slip. She say, Theresa, when you come to America, when you write us, how do you like it? How did you think America stands?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote her a letter. Mom, I like it here. But those people here, their work, and get to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot understand. Well, she means then to the speak another language.
Mm-hmm.
I say, no. They talk like burns. They don't know another language. They only talk their own.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot help with another language some other people.
Mm-hmm.
They only help them for themselves.
Yeah.
Then I was standing on the street where we live by my husband's uncle. The lady went, she cried and cried. And my son was a policeman. I went in and I told my daughter-in-law, tell Hans, he's on duty. But that lady is looking for something. Oh, help her when you can, she say. I am not gonna call him. I say, okay, I will. I went after her. She spoke like Russian.
Mm-hmm.
They paid for her and for the 3 children to stay overnight, one night in the hotel. Next day out with the 3 children.
Oh.
Nobody would help her, and that's why she cried.
No.
I feel so sorry. I told my daughter, I stand up, but Mom, who can help? I try to figure to help her. I want with her. We find something. Well, I say, is the American alive like that only for themselves? Can I help?
Mm-hmm.
Lately smile and stop him for crying. My father had in Wisconsin two brothers. They got married, and after the marriage, they went to America, to Wisconsin. There are a lot of German people in Wisconsin. A lot of. Well, they made a life. They helped on each other. And it was better. But my husband's uncle would not help us. So I came in a fight. I said, can't you not help us? Please talk nice. You gave us a bed. You gave us bread when we came. We thank you. But we need help. Those people need help. That was like a bull. We went out of Chicago, we went to Wisconsin. We lived there where my parents was. They give us a room, they give us food, they was friendly, but that was different from her side, from his side. He couldn't do anything. We lived together very good. When we decide to have a little bit money, we got to buy something. There was not I would, we. We struggle our life forward, and I got better.
So with that,
The children went out to play with other kids. He only could speak German. When they came home in from playing, my husband say, "Hey, kids, come here. I want to ask you something. Where have you been? We went out to play." Yeah. How do you talk with those kids? They talk funny. But we say they're nice. That's their life. Different, our children's life already, that we can turn, my husband and I, but we have to. A lady came. My oldest son had a leather pants on. And he stayed by a window. There was a bicycle. And he say, my dad, in German, he say, my father, my dad had to buy me a bicycle like that. And she was German. She lived in the neighborhood. She heard him, and she started to talk to him. He couldn't speak any English, only German. But when they start to go kindergarten, at, that had to play with more kids. And the life start with them here to live. When we was, his uncle lived here. He wouldn't help us. And we haven't had a television. And at back home, the old country, we haven't had a television. But by his uncle, they had a television. And he sit and trembled with his legs and watched. And his uncle flunked him one. He said, "Go away." And my husband just came in. So he flunked him. He wouldn't say anything to his uncle. He turned around and came to me. He said, "Let's go. We take the kids. We go and live in Wisconsin. Those people act better, and we can live with them." That's what we have done. Our life began.
Wow.
It could be a story, a book.
Wow.
I got a book from back home where I was born. I should show you.
Yeah.
There's everybody's name in the book. I'm happy I got it. But there is nobody here that come from where I come. People that come like we came, that turn, some of them, fast. You do it for yourself, and you appreciate when somebody does something. It is a hard life, and that's what my younger son, he lives in the house. I am here now. He always says, "Mom, you always tell me what you want through. That hurts me. We had it nice, but you, when you was not married, and when you was married, then life started."
That's very beautiful, what you just said.
Yeah.
What would be your one piece of advice for the world?
What?
What would be your one piece of advice for the world? What would you give advice about?
A bike?
Advice. Advice.
Advice? For myself. I had a nice job in Europe. First, I started, the people came there on vacation, and they want begging for help if they have some problem and things like that. That's what I say. I get a good pension every month. I come here. And from back home, where I worked when I came out of school, for there, when apply to get a pension with 65. There were so many names for Yugoslavia, but I forgot all where I worked. But that helped here then. I get it today.
Well, thank you for letting me interview you.